Hello, my name is Micaiah. Hey, what's my name doing on the screen? Yes, Codehouse uh, liked my suggestion or uh, wanted to work with my suggestion about implementing TextMesh Pro into this project. It's for the Sticky Notes project. I thought that was it would be it would be amazing for this project because TextMesh Pro adds on a lot of really great things. And part of that is, I know he's talked about Brackeys a little bit, but Brackeys kind of shares a really good example of here. On the left, we can see standard text from Unity, but it's blurry and it's not very crisp. On the right, the more you zoom in to the text, it gets even clearer. And this also works really good because in game view, it it displays the text, and the normal default text isn't very good. So that's why this project would be amazing because it allows you to see the text a lot cleaner. Um, and I've sort of prepared a quick demo here of how to do that quickly because I've worked with TextMesh Pro a long time and I've gotten pretty good at sort of implementing it. Um, and I also wanted to probably skip ahead. Codehouse. I love that name, by the way. Can probably skip ahead. I just wanted to show this is the project downloaded from the GitHub. This is the 2017. This works in pretty much all the versions. Um, but you start out with when you start a project, when you import a project from GitHub, it gets this blank scene. Well, so what you have to first go is go into this sticky note scene, and so I created this scene. Um, then it loads up the scene, but then it doesn't have the character because it hasn't included it. So you go and download the standard assets for Unity technology, and then you can also get the TextMesh Pro. He showed you how to do that on the video. Pretty straightforward. At that point, you have a sticky note prefab here already from the project, right? So you could create an entire subset of different themes, but the easiest theme, seeing you have this text, it's kind of a little bit of fuzzy. So if we go into his, let's actually duplicate this, and then I like to break the object prefab, because anytime you make changes to this, it really breaks, and we'll call this text mesh sticky note or something. And then you could, because then, and then if I made that change, it would change this sticky note, which we don't want to. So under here, I can then delete the old sticky note, and what we're gonna go into the canvas, into the panel, and then we have this tech object that has a bug text. So what we want to do, this is what you have to do for most Unities, even up to 2018 so far. I know they're starting to implement it, but we just right click and create a UI, and then we're looking for the TextMesh Pro text. And at that point, it's just pretty much it's this yellow box right here, so we just need to zoom it out, and then just put in our bug text. Now it doesn't show up because we have a white background, so we need to change this to a black, and there it is. This is pretty cool because you can add auto sizing. The other thing I like to do real quick is just, there's a lot of features you can do here, but you can add in some really great features here on this adds in padding, so it kind of squishes it in. You can do a lot of great things with the padding. It really makes it easy to interface with a lot of other things. And I'm partially blind, so I bump up my text. But yeah, so that's pretty much what we had to do. Oh, and then now we have this new prefab. The other thing we need to do, because he created a interface for us already right here, we remove that component and then add in the text mesh. Oh, we didn't add it. Well, let's do this a little bit. Oh, this is not the. Oh, I see. This is. I thought I downloaded this, and it's not the actual. Um, not the actual. Um, not the actual. Not the actual final project. I just posted the video, so it's not a big deal. Um, so let's just go TextMesh sticky bug item. Uh, Sorry about that. I thought I hadn't got this far in my starting demo here. Um, I guess we'll. Oh, yes, I know what the problem is. This class is not the same as the class we just changed because we're copying and pasting the code, which is not what he did. He created an entire interface, but this is just going to be a real quick way to demonstrate a different way to do it. I like his idea for an interface because I'm always creating these multiple things like this, and um, I want to use that, the interfaces, which is really good because it pulls out, you know, this is sort of the interaction we need because, and even this is like we just need a text function, which is a string, um, and then it sets it to the TextMesh Pro object, and then once we have that, I use the TMP underscore text. I'm not sure what he used the text mesh object. I'm not sure which one's the best one to use. And then again, he just replaces his prefab here. And then this should just be the uh, oh, can I not? Oh, right. I've done a lot more to my project than this UI, but oh yeah, and the yeah. So when we add this, oh yes, but you can sort of see that it's just that simple. There's obviously quite a few things here. But I did not realize that he had, maybe in the other video I was thinking about doing. So you can see that now you can zoom in on this text. You can get really far away. It really scales an amazing well, and that's why the text is so great. You can even zoom really close on it, and there's very little fuzziness. It comes out really clean. But if you take the second video's project, I'll show you this maybe in the second video I plan to do where I've done a lot more changes to this, but it was just that simple. I just created a copy of this with his spear, the panel, the canvas that he created, and then I just replaced the, um, the, the text with this new TextMesh Pro text, and then which would say implemented this TMP underscore text, which has various cool things, padding and auto sizing the text and all sorts of crazy cool things. And I think it's great. And part of that is why TextMesh Pro. It was picked up by Unity a long time ago. Um, it's been a while now, and it's actually being integrated into the interface. I just was loaded up 2018, but some of the UIs changed so much it was hard. But I noticed that they're actually starting to implement the TextMesh Pro into there, and part of that is even if they didn't, the point of this project is to create these sticky notes out in the world. And if you're looking at them kind of fuzzy text objects all around the world, it doesn't really look like a really clean UI, and it makes it much more difficult to work with. And these actually are very clean, crisp UIs that are easy to work with. They take a little bit of extra effort sometimes because you create a panel and you create a UI like a button, you have to delete the text and then add in the text, and it actually it's pretty much it. Once you do that, the button just pulls out the text um, and sets it up automatically. So it's great for a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of really cool input fields and a lot of great things for that. So it's just meant to be a quick demonstration of TextMesh Pro. I will link the Brackeys video, and in the next video I hope to go over. I've added a lot of changes to this, to cleaning up the. It's he's kind of showing us how to do it, but I always take these projects and say, what can I do? What would I really like to do? Because I have a couple really great ideas for this, and I think it's awesome. Anyways, I appreciate Code Hoose. I love that name. I can't probably pronounce it, but and then he's talked about Brackeys, so I don't feel too bad about talking about Brackeys. Is a pretty, he has straightforward videos, but really like Code House's really in depth talking about the project, really like showing what he's doing, the thought process behind it, because it's really that's as a programmer, it's not just hey, like me, I'm not just showing you hey, this is a 5 second project. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's good to know that, but then you got to do it on your own, and you've got to implement these. This I'm going to take this project, for instance, and implement it into a much larger project with a ton of moving pieces, and you'll see that in the next video as well, where I include some other Code Hoose video where it shows about deleting text boxes, and I think that's going to be pretty, or deleting these bug text objects. So I think that should be pretty cool. And thanks for mentioning me. This is Micaiah Stevens, and I appreciate it. Thanks all.